Hi, everybody. This is Matt from Shadow Moses 112, co-designer and producer. Here again with Pete.
Hi, I'm Pete.
Oh, hi, Pete.
Hi.
Do you need to read your titles? Or do you know them?
Well, for the visually impaired, I am the owner and co-designer.
Gazorpazorp. Well, you look like
Oh,
what? What's going on?
nothing. I had the YouTube volume on too.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely Feedback City. So, looks like you're. Oh, fuck you. Looks like you're more settled in this week.
I am.
Yeah.
I did a lot of last minute. As you see, I got a new computer chair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got
that's
your
really all I
TV
care
set
about. The
up
little
so you can
comforts.
got your TV set up so you can watch the Paw Patrol movie.
I've already
Nice.
seen the Paw Patrol movie. Thank you.
I'm really bummed because I just got Chuckles in, and as I'm pulling the tape off, I ripped the box. See that? I know I made a thing about it last week.
It's okay.
And
It's just gonna sit in your closet.
no, I'm gonna open it.
It's gonna beg you to touch it. Touch me.
I was kind of on the fence about buying this one because I don't know who this GI Joe is, but I just got this in the mail the other day. He's a deluxe figure, so he comes with all this packaging stuff and a little comic here. And then I don't know if he's a good guy or bad guy because, like I said, I don't know anything about him. But it looks like he's a bad guy because it looks like he's FaceTiming with these guys. And if anyone ever watches this, oh no, he's definitely a bad guy. He's a bad
Chuckles
guy.
is a bad guy. Aw, Chuck.
Yeah. I'm assuming that he's a bad guy because the 75 on the side is red. Unless they're going with the color scheme, but that definitely makes it seem like he's not a good guy. But pop this guy open real fast.
That's funny that you picked up a GI Joe. I recently got a GI Joe too.
Oh, is it funny? Because I only received these in the mail the other day. What'd
You get Tripwire?
Oh yeah, I didn't open him up yet. He's on my shelf. No, I have Mallrat, the Crimson Alley Viper, and the Jody Shooter Craig. These are the Walmart exclusives that just started shipping recently. I'm probably going to pick up another of the Mallrats, and I might pick up another Crimson Alley Viper because I kind of like having more than one, especially if they're an army builder like that Crimson Viper. Like I have 3 of the regular Alley Vipers, which I actually brought out for kind of to compare. And like they're just kind of a generic army builder, so and they're cool. They have a lot of accessories. Although, well, I'll get to that later. Right now I'm checking out this guy. Yes.
So I don't know if you want to talk about the
The
conversation
tragedy.
we were having. Who?
I said the tragedy. Jay Weinberg.
Oh, that too. I
Well,
don't know
actually,
how many.
no.
I don't know how many people that play collect figures also listen to metal. I assume it's proportionate, right?
No idea. If that was the question, I don't know.
Well, apparently Jay Weinberg, who is the drummer of Slipknot post Joey Jordison, is no longer in Slipknot.
No, I'm gonna drop something. So this is the packaging for Chuckles accessories. It's kind of awesome. Oh, what is that? Hookalaka Hickey, come on, you wanna lay me? Ooh, he has alternate hands actually. That's kind of interesting. Not many of the Joes come with alternate hands, do they?
No, they don't. That is good.
I'm not gonna take him out. Should I? Do you want to see more of him? He looks like a Ken doll in here. So there's him with his normal standard head sculpt. There's his crotch. There's legs,
Yeah.
torso. It's kind of cool because he has the holster across his chest. Then he has a knife that we can put in his pocket. He has. Wait, where is this? Is it? Oh, that's probably what's in here. So he comes with this little separate packaging thing in here, and yep, it's whoa. So he actually comes with sunglasses that are really small, and then he comes with headphones. I forgot about the headphones because he has a little cassette player. Kind of weird that they gave him a cassette tape. I don't know. I feel like they would have gone with something more contemporary. Mm,
And give him like a Zune or something?
yeah, since we're all James Gunn fans. Comes with his
A
little
cell phone?
files. What?
Like a cell phone or something? I don't know.
Well, like a
People
disc
even
man. A disc man.
Disc man.
He comes with this suitcase that actually opens up, has some scratches on the outside, and then an alternate head sculpt where he has definitely been in some kind of brawl. Cool.
It's almost worth it just for that face.
You think so?
Yeah. We don't get it enough, like, I don't know. I know, like, the rule should be neutral head always, but it's nice to see, like, a nice action head or something different other than a screaming head.
It's nice to have a variation of this because this guy looks like he's way too serious, but other than that, it looks like it's just a typical head. And then I think that this head ties more into like the general character. I don't really know much about him, but I think that that's why they include that second head, is because like he's wearing a blue shirt with pink flowers on it, and then the alternate head is one that has been in fights. So yeah, I don't know. I think that's not a bad choice. He also comes with handcuffs. I'm going to show you in a moment. So he has the handcuffs that are just one piece, which is kind of risky, honestly, because I feel like those are going to break. But then he does come with alternate handcuffs that are separate. So you could just put him on like as if he broke out. And then he comes with a lay because he's on vacation or he's on a mission or whatever. And then a knife and a handgun. Handgun should have a silencer, I feel, but it doesn't. It does have a hole at the end, if you can see that, in case you want to put like a muzzle effect or something in there. But otherwise, it's just a blank handgun. Now, I'm curious because a little while ago, I opened up Dreadnought, and his glasses like didn't go on at all. And this is a similar case. These definitely fit better than Dreadnoughts, though. Like they're a little loose. They're not quite firmly on his head, but they definitely fit and look more natural on the head than Dreadnoughts do. So that's a good thing. I'll take that. A lot of his accessories actually fit nicely in the briefcase, so I'm going to put the more sensitive stuff in there. Oh, he also comes with binoculars. They're small. No lens effect on them. Although I don't think that was what figure was that? I was talking. Oh, that might have been one of the figures I went over recently. Had actual like lenses painted on their weapons. I can't remember which figure it was.
How'd it look? It was probably the Halo figures, no?
No, I don't open those. I really don't open them. I wasn't kidding. I just don't have a space to display them all. I'm waiting for. Oh shit! waiting for these newer figures to finally ship out so I can pick them up. Anyone that's been tracking the line also knows that Douglas and then the Yoroi, I don't know how to pronounce it in all honesty. The second like samurai type figure is shipping like this month apparently. And being that Friday was Godzilla Day, I grabbed a little Gigan from Target when I was there. They only had Gigan and Rodan though, so that was kind of a bummer. Okay, thanks, bud. I don't know. Do you have any of the Alley Vipers or no?
No, I do not.
No?
Those are the orange and blue ones?
Yeah. Yeah, these guys.
I had the original Alley Viper.
Like the 4-inch?
Little guy like this. Little guy.
What were you saying though before I brought up Jay Weinberg?
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about if you wanted to talk about the aspect of like people claiming almost like as they founded parts of the community. And they were talking about like stealing ideas or something like that, or
I don't want to
It's
go
not-
too much into that because I don't want anyone thinking that we're deliberately throwing shade their way.
right.
Because it's definitely not something that we're calling anyone out on if we do go into that.
Absolutely.
Because I don't, it's kind of innumerable how many times we've seen that. And it's kind of, it seems that a lot of what happens is people go into creating social media accounts or doing toy photography and just posting pictures, doing like, even like kind of we're doing like unboxings, videos and stuff. It's all a thankless job. I'm going to compare it to a thankless job because like my actual job is a thankless job, but it's kind of like putting yourself out there or like having a Twitch stream, even just putting yourself out there in all these different avenues and expecting there to be some sort of reaction or following. And when that doesn't happen, people eventually get tired of it. And then they kind of lash out or vague post. And sometimes there's a genuine feeling of being unappreciated and not getting the exposure they feel they're due. But I think that a lot of the times there's also people just expressing frustration at the fact that they're putting themselves out there and nothing's reciprocating. And then even looking into that more, it's kind of tough to gauge how much people actually are putting themselves out there because it's not like you just went and did this and expected to yield results right away. It's something that you've done consistently for the past 2 years or something like that. And it's gradually gotten bigger and bigger. And then some people do stuff for 5 years and it doesn't take off. So it's also people need to realize that doing the same amount of work over and over doesn't necessarily yield results if you're not changing anything.
Well, I was talking about more so. And again, we're not trying to offend anybody. I'm just talking about the general idea
I'm
of it.
trying to offend.
So what I'm trying to say is, and you know what, I'll use what happened when Shadow Mercers first started as an example rather than using the other stuff that I saw. When we first started Shadow Moses, what, four years ago now?
Was it that long ago now?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that might be right, actually.
When we started, we got accused of like plagiarism, and we got accused of like like stealing ideas, essentially. The aspect of it is, and at a high level, is artists in its art or its purest form is made to be influential. It's made to be seen. We don't have to use what we do as an example, but to delve a little deeper, we are essentially taking real life and shrinking it down to a 1/6 scale or a 1/12 scale. Nobody has the rights to anything. You know what I'm saying? To mimic what they see in everyday life. And furthermore, I think for somebody to get upset about doing something in this field is funny because we're all imitating life, to an example. I think I don't know. It's just an odd thing to be upset about.
Did someone call us out?
Somebody call out who?
Us.
Oh, yes. This was when we first started.
Okay,
And
okay.
I
don't
told
remember
you about
that.
it.
What?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. There was a mini feud going on, remember? Early on.
I don't remember. Damn.
All right. Well, I'll fill you in offline.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
We'll just say early on there was another person who was well known for doing some of the stuff that we do, handmade replicas of arcades, and they weren't too happy that we were doing the same thing. Keep in mind, completely different styles, completely different features. The method, everything aspect was different. The only things that were similar were that we were doing arcades.
Yeah.
And I just thought it was foolish. And there was one time where I think this person got upset about the artwork that I used for a particular game, as if they didn't Google the image themselves and also take the image from another artist. Listen, man, I'm not trying to create any beefs, but I want you to be realistic with the way your train of thought works. You're arguing with a grown man over creativity rights. I don't know. It's just dumb. That's my opinion.
If you really want to get into it, you're arguing over creativity rights to something to which none of us have the right.
None of us own. Right. That's what I was trying to get at earlier.
I'll just say it. I don't give a fuck. Sorry. So I'm opening my Mayfax Batman as we speak.
I was going to say, you were mentioning that you lost progress on recreating a vehicle earlier.
Well, I wasn't recreating a vehicle. This was kind of something I was making from scratch. But yeah, the technical that I've been talking about for the past few weeks, my computer crashed and I lost it. And I'm really not happy about that. It's really awesome. Really excited. Although the level of detail that I was putting into it, you would kind of roll your eyes and say, why? Because I was designing an engine for a hood that opened up. And like, I just think about what I want, and I think about how I could pose it in the scene. And like with Slugfest coming out, with Union Gomez coming out, we have these characters who have like that mechanical aspect of their lives.
Right.
And I was like, it's a cool scene. Or if you wanted Punisher working on his old truck or something like that, like I want to be able to give that option. And I just think about like everything that I might want in a set, and like, what do I want to create first? So yeah, I'm a bit unrealistic in the lengths to which I want to go, but I'm still bummed because I had the whole the air filtration system. I was building the engine block. Never mind that I lost the chairs, more contour work that I did, more scaling that I adjusted and everything like that. Like I lost useful stuff, not just superfluous stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we've all been there though. That dreaded computer crash while we're working on like a huge file.
Yeah. So this Mafex Batman is pretty sweet, dude.
Which one did you get, the blue or the black? Oh, you got the movie one.
Batman,
Gotcha.
yeah, not Batman. So his cape is not the material. I thought it was just gonna be fabric. It's made of like this fake leather, or I want to say it's kind of like that pleathery stuff that Mezco uses. I don't know if this will be good or bad long term, but his cape is wired in several spots. You can kind of see. So it looks like it has 4 wires in it. I like the head sculpt that they did. Like honestly, the first few Mafex figures I got were from Justice League, and they were trash. But everything they've been putting out since then has just gotten better and better. I really do like this company a lot. And then one of the things that just surprised me is his arms kind of pop out. If you saw that in the shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
So we get, it looks like that's how they're kind of giving us, I'm not sure exactly what the purpose of that is. But it definitely seems to kind of simulate some kind of butterfly joint. That's how I found it. I was actually just testing to see if he had anything. He has a good bicep swivel. He has double jointed elbows, which is pretty standard for Mafex anymore. His arms come apart. He has some kind of interchangeable forearm system. I didn't actually break the figure. I don't know what the purpose of that is.
So I think last week we were talking about the Darth Maul that I picked up.
Yeah.
And I thought the shoulder had broke.
Right.
So I did the recommendation of 796 and swapped the body.
Okay.
To be honest, it was almost a 1-for-1 swap. The hand joints fit the same.
That red figure?
Yeah. The foot joints fit the same. A lot of the movement's very similar. I would say there's probably a little bit more like shoulder and torso movement.
Okay.
But the good news is the body is still usable. It never broke. It just popped out of the socket.
Can you hold it closer?
Yeah, absolutely. This is the body that came with the Darth Maul player.
Oh, okay. Literally, it just came out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I will say it's a little flimsy. I don't know if you could see it like wiggling a little bit here.
Yeah. I mean, it's a cheaper buck, so I can understand that it has some QC shortcomings.
But if you don't mind that, the range of motion is great. Probably the one thing I would do if I were to reuse this is extend this calf or something along with the shoe to give him some height, because this is a very short buck.
Do his legs look disproportionately short, or do they look all right?
No, they look all right. It's just remember when we stood him up last week, he was the shortest figure there. Yeah. So to give him some height, maybe about a half an inch, I'd probably, make a cuff of a boot or something like that.
Yeah.
This would be a great like army figure.
Batman has double jointed knees, although it's that ugly knee joint.
Can he kick his own ass?
Yes, he could. Actually, no, not quite. Because Batman can't lose in a fight. He has a hip swivel here, and then his legs actually don't go out much at all, do they? What the hell? Okay, so this is one of those figures that has a funky like fupa joint, where they have I don't understand that decision where they have this the thigh go into like an upper thigh part that is loose. It's weird. It's probably intended to give him more range of motion, but it kind of just makes him look fucking flabby. But so his legs don't go out a whole lot. You could definitely still get some good poses with him, because even it's not bad. So The wires in the cape are crazy. He has some decent ankle pivot, side to side, can rotate all the way around, and then he does have a toe articulation, so you can kind of get him leading in if he's
Toe
punching.
articulation.
Yeah, I know you're all about that toe articulation. He has limited ab crunch. You might be able to play with it a little more and get it to do something, but it really looks like he's hindered. Maybe the belt is no. He doesn't have great ab articulation, but Batman never really was super flexible because he had all that damn armor going on. But otherwise, yeah, I really like this figure so far. He has some kind of okay, I get it. He has his chest plate swaps out because he has the Batarang tool. I'm gonna call it a tool rather than a Batarang. Hold that up. So he has the Batarang, and then there's the chest. It doesn't actually go into the chest. This ain't Hot Toys, people. He comes with 3 head sculpts, and then 1 actually empty cowl for some reason or other. Not sure why he has that. But he has Angry Face, which doesn't look bad. Like, sometimes Mafex is a little iffy with head sculpts, but this one actually looks fun. And then he has Emo Face. And then he has Funeral Face and Funeral Neck. So you could probably take that all out. It has a decent peg hole at the bottom, so you might be able to just put it on a suited figure. And like I said, the heads, and I don't know how well you'll be able to tell, but the head sculpt's actually pretty decent. I think it's all right. I'm content with the head sculpt. It probably looks better in person because there are finer features around his mouth that kind of make it more obviously Robert Pattinson. In art classes I've had before, they've commented that it was these lines right around your mouth and the eyes that really make like a face unique and stand out. Without spilling them everywhere, he has a lot of hands. And then a grappling gun with the hook coming out, and then a grappling gun that's in the holster. And then these are, I'm thinking that these are a gadget that goes with the grappling hook. I'm going to have to look. I don't know what those are. I don't think they're on here.
How do you feel about Mafex not having a thigh swivel?
This one has
Or does it really?
Yeah, well, it has that two segmented thigh, so it does have a thigh swivel. So how do you feel about stupid questions?
I was just saying we
No,
collect
well, like-
most.
No, to answer your question honestly, like, because I don't think any of the Spider-Man figures have thigh swivels or anything, right?
Right, I was gonna say like the Marvel line.
Yeah,
At least from
no,
what I saw.
I was totally being facetious.
Story
No,
of life,
that is
man.
kind of a bummer. The same with honestly, forearm swivel, I think is really useful, especially in figures that are like holding weapons and shit. I think a forearm swivel is really important to have. Are you petting your mic?
My little cat.
Is that what that is? I couldn't tell. Normally, Mafex comes with instructions, but this guy doesn't. It's kind of weird.
Instructions. Play with it.
Instructions, not meant for anyone under 12 or 16 or some shit. Ah! Fuck. So, at least they weren't the hands? I don't know. Oh, he also comes with a little flashlight like that he's holding at the end of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Now I need to find where everything fell to so I don't run over with my chair.
I am worried about pre-orders coming in December.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second.
Mortgage to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mezco's like, we'll put everything out for Christmas 2023.
Oh, you already know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that Fantastic Four set. Jesus.
I'm talking about everything, dude. I'm a Mezco, as you've said before. And
Doctor Doom's due in December too, right?
What?
Doctor Doom?
Is he? Dude, everything. Not everything, but a lot of shit is coming out in December or Q4. And I'm like, stop, guys.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.
I know that everyone's like, no, Mezco's taking 18 years to put out a Batman figure that we're going to bitch about. But, like, take your time. I'm not Rick.
Hot take.
No, you want to know a hot take? It's a vocal minority, typically, that comes out saying, I don't like this figure. I don't like that figure. I think that's really bad. But you know how many people I see looking for that figure in Facebook groups? Like 12.
Is that a lot?
I feel like it's, for as many people as I saw complaining about it, I feel like there are still a good amount of people that want that figure. Probably just because it's Keaton.
Yeah.
They're Keaton for Keaton. Diane Keaton. Yeah, it's crazy. But since we don't go into it too much, Elegoo recently did the Kickstarter for their Elegoo orange thing. What is it? Orange Storm Giga, which is 800 millimeters by 800 millimeters by 1,000 millimeters of print area. That's basically 31 inches by 31 inches by 39 inches of print area with up to 4 nozzle support. And then it has 4 separate heated areas. And like a lot of people are asking really dumb questions because people want to be able to print the machine. They want to be able to use the printer with like different colored filaments at the same time. So like if you're printing one thing, let's say you're printing like this bottle and you want to have an orange film, it's just Motrin. And if you're printing everything in white and then you want to have orange, if they can just have a separate print head with orange filament in there. And like, if you're asking that question, you clearly don't understand how 3D printing works. And you also didn't look at the pictures because there's one axis bar with the other print heads on it. And it can't go, like those heads don't move independently on that bar. They're fixed to that bar. So if you're printing out 4 things on one area, it looks like you're printing them all out next to each other. So it looks like if you're printing 4 different, their pictures make no sense. Because as I'm saying this, I realize that one of their production pictures is completely contradictory to everything that they're saying. Unless it's not. I
think what I would use a printer that big for.
Honestly, there's a lot of cool things. Okay, so yeah, in my head I was picturing something different. So one of the production, actually, screw it. I can share my screen this week, so I'm just gonna pull it up. Share screen. Share. So this is the specific product shot that I was talking about before. If they were one in each quadrant of a different color, then it would make sense. But basically, people aren't looking at this and figuring it out in their head that the 4 print heads, the 4 print nozzles, where the hell is it? Here. They're only going to have so much space. It's not like one goes everywhere and the other one could go everywhere too. So like it's basically just like a factory line. You're only able to print in this one quarter like Kit Kat of a section, if that makes sense. People are acting like each one is going to have its own different quadrant to print in, and it's not like that at all. And because of the nature of 3D printing, if you wanted to print 4 different models with 4 different colors, you'd have to change it out on one head each time because this first head isn't going over there if you have 3 other heads or even another head on there. Like you're drastically reducing the print area by having 4 heads on there. Now, if you're doing something that's smaller, kind of like these little turds that they're printing, then it makes sense. But I think people are completely not thinking about it logistically and looking at how printers work versus how a printer with 4 heads works. Does that make sense?
The only thing I can think about is cosplay.
I mean, yeah, it's good for big stuff like that. It's definitely really good for stuff like that.
Also want to say that the Tripwire has very kind eyes.
It's not clear. It's not.
Yeah, it's probably blurry.
Yeah. He's a kind-eyed soldier, though.
Whoa, there's a ton of crap in here.
Yeah, he has a lot of stuff because he's one. Well, he's kind of a deluxe figure, right? Is that his vest?
He got the full flak jacket.
Okay.
I picked him up because I like. I told myself I would stop collecting GI Joes outside of the core crew, but they keep on dropping these figures that I feel they'll get in any display, and him being like that bomb sniffer kind of guy.
He's like an EOD guy. You're lagging a bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm lagging too or not, but
let me see if I got too much stuff open.
But no, I mean you're absolutely right, and it's kind of the same way with one of the other figures I opened recently. I forget, but that's also one of the perks of the Valaverse figures is they're super generic.
Right.
What is that?
It's like a backpack.
Okay.
It goes with this flak jacket.
Is the flak jacket actually like sloppy?
Oh, this looks complicated. I don't want to do that. I got some ideas for him though.
You're gonna want to check your connection at your house because for streaming, it's not beautiful.
What happened?
You're still lagging a bit, and I'm.
Oh.
You're gonna want to find out like the best way to get your wireless up and running for streaming. That's all. No, it's the 3rd week you've lived there, so or 2nd week.
Yeah, sure. I'll get it right on.
Yeah, amongst all the other stuff that you've got going on, I know that this is a priority. I need to have optimum stream quality. Yeah. Stop what you're doing. But no, I get what you're saying. There are certain figures that work kind of universally as opposed to like Colonel Sanders, who's clearly just Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Every time I hear Curtis, I think of that. I can't remember what movie it was. Maybe it was Old School. It was like, I'm drunk and this chicken is delicious. Colonel Sanders.
I mean, that's not that far off. Colonel Sanders, the actual guy who was Colonel Sanders, he was a character. He was kind of nuts. When KFC became like an actual thing, and they no longer wanted to be associated to him, he started his own competing thing, and they sued him. It started out as like a gas station or something like that. It was something else.
Very Southern thing to do.
Yeah. Gas and chicken. That's what we got in there.
We're making fun of them, but we are big Wawa fans over here.
Yo, I love Wawa.
Bro,
Yo, I'll make fun of KFC all damn day. It's too expensive.
love Wawa.
Love. Wawa is love. Just like Shrek is love. So what do you think Slipknot got rid of Joey?
Jay?
And Joey. Screw it.
I think they got rid of Joey because he was sick and probably unable to perform anymore. And rather than say, hey, buddy, you've been with us since day one. We'll give you this beautiful severance early. Just like, get the fuck out of here. You get out. You grab your drum set.
They never apparently disclosed why they gave him the boot. I am curious about Jay, although, like I said earlier in our chat, the most recent album was not great.
Slipknot I don't think that's Jay's fault.
No, it's not, because honestly, the previous two that he was on were really good. I think he was on the Gray Chapter, and I think he was on We Are Not Your Kind, and they're both good albums. Gray Chapter is probably my favorite Slipknot album, in all honesty. It's so good. It's so aggressive. But it also has a really good melodic side.
You know what's funny though? Like, what do I follow? Is it I follow one of those like heavy metal Facebook groups.
Okay.
And like the facetious comment that everybody always posts is like, but what does Corey Taylor think?
What does Corey Taylor think?
Yeah, because like every other article used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, every other article used to be like a Corey Taylor's hot take on whatever the current metal situation was.
Or Corey Taylor's take on President Trump. Like everything. Yeah. I was kind of curious. So I just
fat ass out there.
So I just opened up Mole Rat.
I am opening a figure that I have not opened since I bought it, which is rare for me. So I usually open them suckers right away, unless I'm moving. But finally opening the other half of that NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles gang set. I need a little display here. I could just, but yeah.
That big
booty Judy over here. What do I do with the box?
Dude, Tunnel Rat is a pretty cool figure. I feel like I'm going to want to pick up another one of these.
Who?
Tunnel Rat? This G.I. Joe?
Oh, Tunnel Rat. I thought you said Kamen Riders.
No.
I was like, I thought you hate anime. Like that whole like scene. But you like kaiju.
Wait, what? What scene of anime do you think I hated?
I thought you hated anime. Period.
Anime.
Oh, yeah, no, even though like Kamen Rider is not anime whatsoever. It's more like Power Rangers. I don't know.
I hate anime. I do. But speaking of anime, because I'll say it's close. Did you watch Invincible?
I have not.
It's good. It's only the first episode. It's good though.
Your boy has been busy.
Busy. Was that Claude?
Van Damme, yes. You swap the top torso and you get this mutated version.
Okay.
Turns into a Battletoad? Sure, Battletoad, yeah. Go with that one.
So Tunnel Rat's cool. His head sculpt is very interesting. It's like, this is very non-G.I. Joe. It's like this crystalline thing coming out of his head, and it's almost like a zombie. This is fixed to his torso, like his abdomen, and it keeps him from really having any kind of ab crunch at all. He has typical articulation otherwise. The figure actually looks kind of different, especially from the back. Like, it's a lot bulkier, and maybe it's because of the suit he's wearing or something like that. But he's just, like, even look at his wrists. Like, he has so much more padding and stuff on him. It's kind of interesting. But one of the other reasons that I kind of like this guy okay, so you can kind of see here around his head, he's definitely wearing like a hazmat suit underneath of everything else. And this kind of reinforces that because the other head sculpt is with a gas
I don't think
mask on.
that's not Tunnel Rat. Who is that?
Mole rat, sorry.
Mole Rat.
I mixed up my rats.
I was like, man, I don't remember that figure at all. Oh, big difference.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, Tunnel Rat is something else. Sorry.
this was a Walmart exclusive.
Yes. And then this is the other head sculpt. The hose plugs into this thing on his chest. Ventilator on his chest. He also comes with a backpack that plugs into his I don't know if it actually plugs in.
One of the promotional shots is a legion of zombies using the Mole Rat figure.
Okay. That makes sense because he looks like a zombie.
Trying to share my screen.
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Sorry.
No, you're good. Look at that.
Yeah. Yeah, he's an interesting character. I would like to see some more head sculpts other than that one because I like some variation in my zombies. But this gas mask plugs into his chest and it actually plugs into the backpack. This hose comes around and plugs into the side of it. As you can see right there. He also comes with this little gun device. It's pretty generic. He has some kind of meter. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be protecting. He has. Does this plug into something? No. I don't know if this is a gun or not, but he has this other device kind of nozzle thing, and then he has a drill, which actually comes in a separate box, and then a lamp, like a lantern type thing. But he's definitely a unique figure because everything else has been like very army centric, with some quirk here and there. But this figure really stands out to me. It seems like a very different approach rather than just your standard GI Joes or Cobras. Kind of like it. It'd be cool to see them if they did like some kind of special wave where like things are zombified. I would be down with that.
Isn't there a company kind of doing that right now?
Yeah, on Big Bad Toy Store. Are you talking about their that like whole weird line with Dracula and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's something specifically worked out. Oh shit! This is
Fresh Monkey Fiction.
Is that the company?
Yeah.
So the drill actually plugs into.
And the brand is Operation Monster Force.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some pretty cool stuff.
They look good, but it's not my thing at all.
As he opens Mole Rat.
Yeah, Mole Rat's. Well, I meant more so like the whole Frankenstein troopers and Daredevil squads or Dracula squads and shit. I don't know. It's not my gimmick. I'm not a fan of that gimmick.
This reminds me of Wolfenstein a little bit.
So, okay, let me backpedal a little bit because some of them look like pretty cool army builders. I will admit that. But like that figure looks so specific to that lore.
I was thinking Moon Knight almost off the break.
Yeah, like that's a decent soldier, probably. A lot of stuff with them.
Wow.
Always $37 though.
Yeah, I was like, that's $37, and I was like, oh, look at the number of accessories. That kind of.
Yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I am a sucker for accessories. I like when you get a good amount of shit.
He has gloved and ungloved hands.
That's not bad.
That is not bad.
I don't know anything about that studio though, so I don't know how.
My thing is scaling. Can you fit into a GI Joe line? Can you fit to a Marvel? Ooh, look at that.
Scroll down a little bit.
Go down here.
Yeah, see if it tells you like the height, like if it's.
Well, yeah, it's gonna say 112, but are you talking about like the specific?
Yeah, well, some of them say like 6.3 inches. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Shit, I guess I'm gonna have to order one now, right?
Oh, look at that. Clear hands and gloved hands.
Well, he looks kind of spectral.
Oh, he's the Eraser, the Invisible Man.
What is
That is
line?
pretty cool, man.
What's the line called?
I just had it. Operation Monster Force.
All right.
Oh, this is pretty cool, man.
So yeah, like okay, so like the Sleepwalker Heavy Division, that figure looks nuts.
That was the next one I was just about to look at. Holy crap. Holy crap. Look at that.
Okay, so you got me a little bit.
I got myself. I wasn't even sure about it. I think I put a pre-order for Dracula. Just because
Okay.
it was Dracula.
Yeah.
This one.
Although
I
they
don't
do
have
have
it.
like they have the Black Watch agent, which is just I mean, he's a guy with an alternate head and then like monster hands, but it's also just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, see, this doesn't really come with much.
Which one? Yeah, no, like
Dracula, yeah.
yeah, no, they're probably securing that price and saying, well, you're gonna need the major characters. And like, I don't know, for army builders, it's still a bit much.
Whoa. The accessories, man. This is awesome. There's two things I like. And that's feudal Japan stuff and zombies.
I never knew that you were selling a zombie. It's caught me by surprise. Halloween
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah. I got the Night of the Living Dead figures. By the way, the remake was awesome. The one that came out, 15 years ago?
By who?
Wasn't it Snyder?
You mean the one on the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know that.
Oh,
one's
Dawn of the
awesome.
Dead.
Yeah, that's Dawn. That's what threw me off. It's Dawn of the Dead. Yeah, that movie's amazing. Although I did spoil it for friends of mine in high school. I didn't even see it. I just said I heard everybody dies in it. And I couldn't backpedal from that.
God, the movie's going to be 20 next year.
It's crazy. It's such a good movie. It's honestly, it's one of my favorite zombie movies. I love that opening scene too, when they just do the pan over the neighborhood of all hell breaking loose.
Yeah.
Such a good scene.
I just remember
I
the
love
little
it.
girl dying in the very beginning. I was like, oh, this game means business. This movie means business. They are not
I
playing
love when they're
around.
watching that in the 40-Year-Old Virgin. When what's his name? Jay? I forget the one guy's name. He's talking to Andy. I think if that's even his name. But he's trying to talk, like Andy's trying to talk to him, and Jay's just watching the TV. He's like, "Oh shit!" Like just reacting to that. It's so good.
James Gunn was a writer on the movie, it looks like.
James Gunn?
Yeah, with Zack Snyder directing.
That's funny. Did you ever see Super?
With Rainn Wilson?
Yes.
I did not.
It's early James Gunn movie.
Like I wheeled you in there like I saw it with Rainn Wilson?
Well, I didn't think that you saw it. I didn't think you knew if it was James Gunn.
I didn't know it was James Gunn.
I know James Gunn is your favorite director, so I figured I'd ask.
Favorite director? How dare you?
I got you.
He's good though. I would like to go back and watch Sliver. I think he did that one.
Yeah, he did
Like
Slither.
Slither.
Yeah. Isn't this supposed to fit in there? Where's it going this thing?
I've been on like a horror kick. You know,
Huh?
do you remember the 1970s puppet type Sesame Street show called The Banana Splits?
No. No. No, not at all.
So we watched Five Nights at Freddy's last week, and I was a little underwhelmed by it. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm huge on the lore. I'm glad they went with the lore. I just felt like they could have benefited from a little bit of a mature. Although, man, they're staying true to the games. They don't really show the violence in the games, but it's like implied.
Right.
I guess I can't really be mad at the movie. Anyway, but I was looking for a little bit more. So I was searching like movies like Five Nights at Freddy's. I think Rocky had mentioned Willy's Wonderland. That's next on our list. This past weekend
Don't
we
watch
saw.
that with Grayson.
I will do what I want.
I'm just warning you. It's like blood. I've never seen it, but it's meant to be like it's like a violent exploitation film.
Okay.
Like,
so maybe we'll dive back.
yeah, no, that's. I know that I like, dude. I watched Braveheart and stuff, but I was like 10 or older when I watched Braveheart. That movie is apparently violent with intent of just being violent. So yeah, watch that first. See if like your 6-year-old son can watch Willy's Wonderland. You definitely screen that one first.
So I don't know what happened with the Banana Splits, but they made a horror comedy out of this innocent children's show. And they kept faithful to the look of the creatures, unlike Winnie the Pooh and Blood and Honey or whatever it was.
Okay.
So I don't know if you watch Working Moms, but one of the actresses is the lead.
I heard it's really good.
One of the actresses is the lead in that movie, and the whole shit is just like comical, and even the deaths are so dumb. And then me and Grayson are cracking up at this how weird this movie is. Like one of the deaths is like the guy is being chased by the Banana Splits in a vehicle, and he dodges them, but then he goes into a guard's office and finds like a beheaded body, and he's yelling, and as he's yelling, the car comes out of nowhere and hits him. I'm like, what is going on in this movie? Like you don't hear the car, you don't see the headlights coming.
Right, it's just like smash.
Yeah. And one of the girls, like early on in the movie, like there's an off-screen death, and like they're hugging fans, and one of the older girls is like, "Oh, I got some red stuff on me. Is this blood?" And blah blah blah. And they just don't question it to the aspect of like maybe we should get the fuck out of here. They're just like, no, we're gonna stick around, hang out with our buddies, and love on these guys. It's like, what? This is weird. You know what blood looks like. Yeah. It's just like, there's blood. Fuck it. I don't care.
Okay, so I looked up Willy's Wonderland because I was under the impression it was borderline like grindhouse violence. But it says the film has quite a bit of violence, but nothing really very strong. The animatronics can be found creepy to young children. That's from IMDb.
What's it rated?
It's rated R for strong horror, violence, bloody images, some sexual content, and language throughout.
No language?
No, language is one of them.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, I could see Nick Cage dropping a couple F-bombs. I don't.
Yeah. Although. So Reddit says, OMG, what is up with Nicolas Cage being in this terrible film? Why are people asked to pay for it? Did Nick Cage know one of the teen actors? Does he have a deep-seated fear of Billy Bob or Chuck E. Cheese? Besides my initial amusement with the Trailer Park Teens and the obvious 1980s 90s horror reference to Showbiz Pizza, I don't understand why this movie is a thing. It's a horror comedy, sure, but not a great one. Oh, okay. This is Nick Cage destroying possessed animatronics while taking much needed breaks to play pinball and drink energy drinks. It's a film that knows exactly how ridiculous it is and fully runs with that. So maybe it's not what I was thinking it was. So yeah, it's a cheese fest comedy horror. It's what kids crave these days. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought it was.
Perfect.
I thought it was going to be like, no, fuck Five Nights at Freddy's. We're going to cut faces off. Which you like anyway.
Yeah, but I'd watch that by myself.
What?
You know, I'm a big gore fan. I like gore.
I know you are. I'm not a huge fan of it. I get a little squeamish. I like violent video games and scary video games, but like,
You know what it is for me? It's more like, can you believe that somebody was that sick to think of like the death in this way? And do you realize how much fake blood they had to use to make that squirt out the way it did? Like, that's what goes through my head when I see it. I'm like, oh, that's awesome that they did it that way. Like one of the deaths in the Banana Splits movie, they have one of those like comically big lollipops.
okay.
And the animatronic shoves it down the guy's throat. And when they cut back to the guy's throat, it has the, you can see like the outline in his throat of the.
Yeah. It's so
Yeah. No, it was bad, but I love stuff like that. It's so stupid.
Did you ever see Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
I haven't, but it's on my list.
Oh my
definitely
god,
on my
it's
list.
so good. That one you might want to not watch with Grayson because the violence in it is very violent. Like full on impales and they show it and like it's really violent and bloody, but it's also amazing. It's so funny. Grayson also wouldn't get it, I don't think. But what was that?
Grayson would get it.
Oh, I didn't know what you were doing with your arm. I thought you were testing your lag. So the Walmart exclusive variant is the same thing with different colors. Like they're the same figure, just different color schemes. Same accessories and everything, different color schemes. Small change on the helmet because this one has like a little cobra icon, and this one has like a little radiation icon. But otherwise, very much the same figure, same backpacks and everything like that. Small differences in color. And that's about it. Nothing else to really distinguish one from the other. And then, actually, this one is the same way. One of the things that, despite liking these figures, one of the things that annoys me about it is their stupid shins are aligned oddly. Like, their shin armor looks like it's off to the side or like cockeyed or something like that. So if I were to get his foot, oh my god, it's so tight. So yeah, like if I were to line everything up on his leg, his like look how fucking weird that looks, right?
Yeah. Is that a
It
QC
looks
issue
like
or is it? It was all the
Like I want
figures
to
like
say
that.
that they got that they put the
Yep.
shins on the wrong legs.
Do you have more than one?
What?
Do you have more than one?
Yeah, they're both the same exact same.
Oh,
They're both just quirky, and like I seriously should try taking one apart and then swapping it out to see if that makes a difference. Because it looks like typically I would think that the armor kind of goes a lot on the outside of the shins, and this one it's kind of like inward. I don't know. But yeah, it's the same figure, just repainted. I feel like I still might get another one, but I might wait till see if it goes on sale or something. Because I don't want him to be lonely. One of the other things that's pretty cool that GI Joe or GI Joe that Hasbro's been doing is making their backpacks work like for holding gear and shit. So like this gun actually fits onto that.
Yeah.
With the range trooper, he has a grenade launcher, and then one of his other weapons or pieces of equipment actually like. So at the bottom, there's a place for the scope of the grenade launcher to go. So the grenade launcher hangs from the bottom, and then like a rifle can plug in on the side of it. So it's actually a useful attaché case rather than just being like this simple, stupid plastic thing. Like, it's nice that the gun goes on there, but everything else is super generic. It's just kind of like there's no paint applications or anything in there to kind of make it look like anything other than just a solid printed part. El gato!
El gato está muerto.
Did you go trick or treating?
Good.
What?
I did. This neighborhood is very very active.
Yeah, that makes sense. You live in a nice neighborhood.
Wasn't expecting it. Also, I caught on some kids stealing the candy from the bowl. Like usually,
Wait,
like there's
you
an
got what?
honor system. Yeah, I put a bowl out because we're trick or treating with our kids, so I put a bowl out so
Right.
that other people can collect. And I saw on Ring that these teenagers like knocked the bowl over by accident and then just picked up all the candy and put it in their bags and put the empty bowl back.
Did you see the
So,
video I
alright.
sent you?
Of
Kind of a similar situation. So this guy went up. There's the bowl of candy, and then it's on the stoop, and then the guy comes up and he's like, it's an older guy, and like he has this bag and he's just taking handfuls of the stuff, just handfuls of the candy and dumping it in his bag, and then from the ring you hear it's like, hey man, just stop taking all of it. It's like, you're not here, man. What are you talking about? Get out of here. And he's like, I am home. And he's like, then come on out. And then the guy opens the door. And the other guy runs off and he tackles him in the yard and takes his whole bag and then dumps it back in the bowl and then goes back in the house. I feel like it was probably staged because that's like lawsuit written all over it, but it was still funny.
now, I was watching one today where the guy that does like the package glitter, he was doing
The
ways.
bombs. Yeah.
Yeah, him and Jimmy Kimmel teamed up to do anti-stealing candy.
Okay.
And there was one where he had like a mirrored bottom, so it looks like it's reflecting the area around him.
Okay.
So the bottom of the table looked like you could see under it and like past it and all that shit, like a camouflage. And then when somebody went to go steal the candy, a hand would pop out and grab it.
Okay.
Then they had another one where the candy was like glued into the bowl. If they were trying to grab it like this, the bowl automatically flipped, and there was toothbrushes and toothpaste. Just really dumb ideas. I love it though.
That's funny. I have one more figure that I got. I don't think I want to open it, but it's Shooter. Jody
She looks
Craig.
good.
You want me to just open it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I can't tell because you're lagging so much.
Because I'm what?
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 What? Oh, I watched Top Gun Maverick. Don't know why everyone says it's such a great movie.
Because it was a great
I went
movie.
there. I went there. Is it a great movie, or did you just really enjoy the last 40 minutes of it?
No, I just checked all the boxes. It was like Nostalgia City all the way down. And then the last 40 minutes were fucking fantastic.
I don't know. I was rolling my eyes very early into that movie. It was all right. It was a good movie, but like for so many people to like say it was this great film and everything, I was like, okay, people, calm down. Calm down. Tom Cruise already pays the hookers enough to suck himself off.
I think what I liked about it was when they were doing the fight sequences, like I felt nervous for them. And that, to me, I enjoy movies that bring out emotion in me because I feel
Yeah,
they're doing their job.
because you're a cold-blooded robot. So
I was going to say that, but I don't think anybody would believe it watching this live.
watching what? This live?
Watching this live.
Yeah, that's why you fail captures, though. I'm just gonna cut this. Who's your daddy and what does he do? But yeah, it was. I mean, it was a good movie, but definitely not. I also don't think the first one's anything special either. So
Yeah, I don't think so either.
okay, well at least we're on the same page there.
Yeah, I like Val Kilmer, and I feel bad for him having throat cancer and having an inability to talk.
Yeah,
But I thought it was cool that he was in the movie
Tom Cruise
with his
wasn't going
diagnosis.
to do the movie without having Val Kilmer in it. Because I wasn't sure when they were making it. I was like, are they bringing everybody back? Because I knew Val Kilmer was like dead or dying, and like Tom Cruise didn't want to make the movie unless Val Kilmer could be in it. All right, so we got Ghost or Shooter. Sorry, it's the head that comes on the figure from the gate threw me off, and then she has very scrawny arm. She's got a big old butt, and she has goofy looking shoes.
Oh, she's Latino, all right.
Like, look at those kicks; they're monstrous. And then I'll show you the big old butt. Because in all honesty, like it looks goofy.
She's got tattoos.
Yes.
Oh, Colombian. Gotcha.
She does have double jointed elbows, so Mezco people won't send hate mail or death threats to Hasbro. It's very tight. I'm gonna have to heat this up because I don't want to break it. Her arms are really slim. Actually, she does have. I was honestly questioning them, like how well she'd be able to do anything, because she looks so weird. But like, she still manages to have butterfly joints and everything in there, which is good because she has a sniper rifle. Her Bowie knife actually goes into the little holster. But yeah, she has crazy ass shoes on. Shoot up.
Does the mask come off or it's sculpted in?
She's Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh shit, someone breaking in. No, she comes with.
That's fucked up.
She comes with these separate little hair pieces that go on her head. Like her head looks absolutely insane. I don't know that they had to go to that length to get it, but
they did that with another figure.
Really?
Yeah.
But yeah, then her hair just slides on. So that's pretty cool. That's a whole head sculpt. Well, feature. Let's crack open this Snipey. I like that they put it in a protective piece, otherwise it would be bent to shit.
Yeah.
Nice little sniper rifle.
It is a nice little sniper rifle.
And then comes with a magazine. And then she actually has a back piece. she has a back piece that can actually hold it. I'm not sure if there's a specific way it's supposed to go. Probably like that, so she's not 12 feet tall. And then she comes with a pistol, which actually isn't bent. I thought it was. And like I've said before, I like how some of these little pistols that they come with, they're all pretty much unique from one another, which is kind of nice to see. Because like I feel so oftentimes on older figures, you just see it's the same thing time and time again because they already have a mold for it, so they don't have to make a new one. But like Hasbro's been really good about giving us unique guns like time and time again. And then she has a little Bowie knife that actually fits inside the shoulder holster. Or sheath, I guess is the term for it. I'm glad I opened this figure up, actually. Some joints that need to be loosened, but, like, actually really, really clean details on, like, her chest piece and everything like that. Probably see them better in person. But all these little things are actually textured in there. There's actually, like, some texture on that little buckle over that chest piece. There's even all the way down like her legs. This is all like dimpled texture on like the actual black fabric of her pants. That's pretty cool. They could have just kind of painted it on there or just given us like blank legs, but they actually did a good job giving us a detailed figure here. Her feet are goofy and it's
Was that a Walmart exclusive figure also?
yes. Yep. I think they're still available. I don't think they sold out.
Okay.
Honestly, I feel like she might even go clearance because despite not wanting to give McFarlane any credit, he's not wrong in that female characters don't sell as well. So
Her name's
she-
Ghost.
What? No,
Her name's
it's
Ghost?
Shooter. So it's Jody Shooter Craig. Her ankles are a nightmare. Jesus. It's going to be tough to get her to stand, I won't lie. Without, like, having her lean in any kind of way. Like, just having her stand upright is weird. I think I finally managed
Yeah,
it.
these promo shots don't really do her any justice, but she looks great, man.
No, it's a good figure. Like, honestly, her arms are the weirdest part of her. Because they're just really wiry, and they
Yeah.
stick out like that. Like she has armpit gap. Like thigh gap was a fad, but armpit gap is weird. But no, she's a cool figure actually. Glad I opened her up. So I will point out. So I have her like braided hair on right now, which actually has a good amount of texturing and stuff, and then has those two like brown stripes. But then the other hair she has is just basically the same as the gas mask. It's just kind of back in a like a bun. And then there's some brown paint applications. I don't know if they're going to come out really, but it's mostly black and then has the brown paint applications on it. But yeah. Yeah, actually, she's a cool figure. I also like Molrat a lot. Molrat's cool. And despite having a box to put it in, her gun is bent, so that's fun. Thanks, guys. So, any updates on the console?
No, but
Nope.
the good news is everything's plugged in.
Yeah.
Everything's arcing. There's one thing I want to do in that room before I claim it being done.
Sure.
That's just drop the top shelf a little bit, so that way it's more usable. Because right now it's really close to the ceiling.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually more so asking because, like, I know that moving definitely can throw off your printers. I typically don't take them apart when I move. I just kind of put them on my back seat and then go. But like, it's not always easy to do that.
That was the first thing I moved. And
Yeah,
I made sure to do it by myself in my
Yeah.
car, one printer or two printers at a time, and like keeping them separate
I get it.
because I did not want them to fuck up.
Yep. I need to figure out what's going on with my Creality because I did a test print and I don't remember what kind of bed that originally comes with. But I have
I meant to ask you,
what?
what was the price tag on that Elegoo?
The Elegoo?
Yeah.
So it's MSRP is
800.
let's see. No, that's cute. The MSRP on it is 2,500.
Wow. Oh, 4 nozzles too, right?
No,
And then it's like
no,
it's like a
that's just the base printer with one nozzle.
is it a steel construction fixed bed
It's
direct drive
something like
extruder?
I don't know all those different stats. There is
Those
something
words
that
you
they did
said.
with the bed.
Don't know what they mean.
Uh,
Well, you said that they had zones, like heated zones.
So yeah, I think that you can actually use like 1/4 of it as opposed to using the entire bed. Let me just pull it up real quick.
That's cool though, because it's basically like 4 printer beds on one.
Why is it?
That's cool, man. I personally don't know what I'd use it for. I don't cosplay enough to do anything. Although I
Right.
have a very cool Deathstroke mask that I did a while back.
So
What the fuck? Where would that fit?
So as you can see now, I did pledge. I'm getting it. But I'm getting it for
Hold
1,500.
on. Let me blow this up real quick. Save 40%, Orange Storm Giga.
It's all gone. You have to pay full price if you do it.
1,500 is about the max I would say that this printer's worth.
Yeah, I'm saving 40% on it. And I'm getting it with a second head. And then I think I got the super spool support thing or whatever you want to call it.
I see what they're doing. It's a fixed frame. Looks like the bed's fixed as well to avoid any warping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Very cool. Very good support. They're using a rail system. Are they using belts though?
It's a different kind of belt, it looks like. Looks like it's a mechanical belt. As opposed to
okay.
like yeah,
They're using
here.
it on the nozzle. Yeah, I got it. That's pretty cool. So hopefully the quality is better. Usually those bigger prints, they tend to wobble. I don't know if anybody is familiar with 3D printing that is watching us or watches us at all. But these bigger printers, they tend to wobble a lot, even though they are heavier. So they tend to shake a little bit more, and that could affect the print.
I think that's
This
why
looks-
they went with the framing. I think that
Yeah.
they built it with that in consideration. Like I want the Neptune Max, but honestly, I'd rather just wait for this thing. This thing is supposed to ship like kind of early next year. And I know personally that there are larger things that I want to print. So I don't know. So yeah, I went in. I'm going in on it. I'm gonna get a second nozzle. Everything that I ended up adding onto it, it was just under 2,000, and it's like 300 to ship. But yeah.
I still think it's worth it.
What?
Very worth it. I think that price, 1,500, is definitely worth it.
Yeah, I think so. And like I said, I wanted the Neptune 3 Max because I want that bigger print area, but why not just go for that size print bed and then have even more options down the road? Because I know, like I said, there are things that I want to print. Like if I had that printer right now, even if I don't print it in one piece, I could print that technical truck on one go. You know what I mean? Like there are, and then just other things that I want to print and then design on my own for myself, probably because I won't sell them. Like I know I want a big Master Chief statue, so eventually I want to
Master
print Master Queef. I want to be able to like design and print one. I would like Isaac Clarke statue as well from Dead Space, and like they're not being made, and I want them next to my Doom Eternal Marine. So yeah, so I'm just like screw it. I'm gonna get this.
You should do like something oddly uncomfortable where they're all like caressing each other at the back of the head in like a circle or something.
I'll just have like I don't know. I was gonna say something. I'm like, no, I don't want to go down that road.
Right? Try to keep this family friendly with a couple F-bombs. That's it.
Yeah. Nothing that you wouldn't show your son.
Hey, I'm different. So I'm sitting there
I
coaching
know.
the guy.
Oh no, and I'm not saying that judgmental either, because like realistically, like he's gonna be exposed to it some way. It's better on your terms than someone else's.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how this little guy goes to parties and he's like, "Hey, watch Five Nights at Freddy's."
Oh my
The kid's
God,
like,
I
"Nah."
know.
He's like, "All right, get out of here." "Hey, you watch Five Nights at Freddy's?" Like, "Yeah." "Who's your favorite character?" "Mine's Bonnie." He's like, "Oh, mine's Bonnie too. We're best friends now. That's it."
Dude, I remember at your birthday when he was showing one of our other friends like all the different Five Nights at Freddy's that he has, like all the figures when he had them out because they were all like they came apart and stuff like that.
Yeah. Remember, I don't know if you went to it, but remember when he had his daughter's birthday, and at one point Grayson was surrounded by like 3 other boys, and they were just sitting there talking about Five Nights at Freddy's the whole time. And then that's when Grayson got the idea to start designing these masks because they already had animal masks sitting on the table. That's when
Right.
Grayson decided to grab them and start coloring them to make them the appropriate color for the video game. And then he would put it on and be like, "I'm Bonnie now." Who do you want to be? You want to be Freddy? You want to be Monty? Who do you want to be? I'll make you a mask right now.
You're not asking me, are you?
No, that's my son. That's my son.
Okay,
He
because
does
that's
that.
I mean
Yeah, I'll go-
that's definitely your son.
Do you want to be a
right-
chicken with a cupcake?
Because right now we're just a couple guys talking about action figures and 3D printing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Any closing thoughts or anything?
Closing thoughts. I think it was
I know
the
that
great
you-
poet DMX that said, "Fuck what you heard. It's what you're hearing." That's my closing thought.
Sometimes the light at the end of the tunnel is just the light of the oncoming train. Yo, I've been playing Lies of P lately, and it's so good. Although I'm pissed off because right now I'm stuck in another boss that is just atrocious.
I want to play games that fulfill me, not make me cuss at the fucking TV
Like
and throw the
Spider-Man,
motherfucker away.
like
I get like 5 minutes a day to play a game of my choice before somebody's screaming my name.
oh yeah, you're not playing Doom Eternal anymore then.
I need to finish that game.
It's so good.
I know.
Although in the second DLC, I had to turn down the difficulty because I was on one of the higher ones, and I was just like, I cannot get past this fucking encounter. Because at the second DLC, it's like you know what the game is anymore, and they just throw everything at you, and it's just like all the mini bosses that you fight in the game, they become normal enemies. They're just like heavy enemies, and then they'll throw 2 of the Doom Hunters in there, and then they'll throw 2 of the Doom Marauders on the map with you, and they'll throw 2 of the Tyrants on the map with you, and you're just like, this is too
You have,
much.
you have no ammo and you have to go chainsaw somebody.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well,
God
like-
damn it. I'm going to die.
But the other problem is like you can't escape them. So like the one arena that I'm, because it's an arena, it has common area here, and then it's like elevated up here, goes around, and then there's an elevator here, and then a little back alley down there, and the tyrant can go everywhere. You're not safe from him anywhere, and you're constantly getting attacked by Hell Knights and all the other shit too. And like, it's just that encounter is what broke me. I had to turn it down to like just hard or whatever because I was playing. There's the one that I won't play. There's the one that I won't play. There's another one that is too hard, and then there's the one that's just like hard enough, and then there's hard beneath it. And I'm like, stop. Because even when I turned it down one, it still took me a few tries to get it done. It was just such a bitch.
Oh, Doom.
Yeah. I don't know how they're going to top that game, though.
I don't think they're going to top that game because Mick Gordon's out. They haven't said that they're in production of a third one, have they?
Mick Gordon did sounds.
You did sound.
And the Fury. William Faulkner. Literature tie-in. All right, I'm going to go off myself.
All right. See you next week? No, I won't see you next week.
No?
Because you're going to off yourself.
No.
Might be kind of hard for you to join the live. Matt, do you have any thoughts on this? Oh, darkness. Hello, darkness, my old
I
friend.
was going to make a reference to our little chat, but I'm not going to go there. I loved that I said that.
All right, guys. Well, have a good night.
Yep,
Final
have a good
thoughts.
night. Short week.
Just remember Jerry Springer's final thoughts. Remember to check out our website, shadowmoses112.com, to find your favorite 112 goods. Shameless plug. Shadow Moses 112 on Instagram to see what we're working on, which really hasn't been much lately because we are getting computers crash and in the middle of a move. But
I lost a lot.
But I have a feeling after Thanksgiving, I will be back in the grind. Just because this area is done, the garage is partially done, and my workroom is almost done. So I think one more weekend of nailing it, will be able to get back on track. As you can see, this area is pretty clean now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
there's just a couple music stuff waiting to go in this closet over here, over there. I can't get the arm right. There.
Right arm.
Right there.
Right arm.
This arm right here.
Oh, that's not
this
the
door-
closet. That's
That's a closet.
That's not.
That's like a little
stairs.
That's the stairs, but it's like a storage closet.
Okay.
So the music stuff is going in there. But I am hanging 2 acoustics up. That's why they're out. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is it. And the printer room, if you guys want to do a tour of that, you'd have to watch the video and leave a comment so I know that you want to watch it. But I can show you the inside of the work area where we
Or you
make the
can just
magic
put it
happen.
on Instagram.
No, I want people to watch us and complain that we suck or we're boring or something. Tell me something negative. I don't care. I don't care. Just come watch. Come hang out.
Every
Whatever.
week it's fucking G.I. Joe's with you guys.
Every
Show
week.
us what you're printing.
That and kaiju. Who cares about Godzilla?
It's only 4 inches tall. And if he has a day named after him, there's no G.I. Joe Day. This is Matt signing off.
That's a good sign off. Let's do that. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Peace.
Have a good week, everybody. And the stream.